Hello guys and welcome to Alpha Nation. My name is Mo and today I'm going to watch Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 5. So last time guys on Attack on Titan. So yeah, last episode we found out that Kenny is actually Kenny Ackerman. So now we know 3 people who are Ackermans, Mikasa, Levi, and Kenny. And it didn't look like it registered with him, so obviously he doesn't know that that's his last name as well. I'm not sure, I'm not even sure if he knows that that's Mikasa's last name. So it's going to be interesting because Mikasa now knows that Kenny is an Ackerman, but she doesn't know what Levi is. So it's going to be interesting to see when all of that, meshes together, when she finds out about Levi, when Levi finds out that that's his last name, and about Mikasa. So I'm looking forward to that. We also had Fuego, I think, or Flaco, something like that, the son of the merchant. He stepped up big time, pretty much confronting the MPs or the rogue MPs and getting them to confess while pretty much the whole town was listening in. And then Hanji came in, her and the other guy, and they took them down. So now the public is aware of the truth, so that should help out the scouts to a degree. We also had that whole thing with what's his name? Marlo and Hitch, whatever his name is. They ended up realizing the truth of what's going on and how everyone is lying about the scouts. Long story short, John, he was able to realize that they would actually be a good addition to the scouts, and they believe in the scouts. So now they're pretty much helping out while still being in the military police. So that's good. Yeah, and then it pretty much ended with them interrogating this MP, I think, and they were trying to get information to find out where Erwin and Historia are. And someone was showing up, or someone was approaching, so I'm not sure who. And then we had the whole thing with Erwin. He's hopefully not, but it looks like they might execute him. And not Lord Reiss, King, I guess, Fritz, he's sitting in his throne like that. So we'll see what he does. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. So let's dive into it, guys. Here we go.
In this very instant, Wall Rose was breached.
I mean, the real king.
Once again, half of humanity would be forced to flee, this time to Wall Sina. But the earlier evacuation left us with only a few more days' worth of supplies at best. And when they run out, locals and refugees will be forced to fight for survival. Wall Rose and Wall Sina. All of humanity would split, and a civil war would quickly erupt.
Everyone else is like...
Wall Maria must be reclaimed.
Wake up, MPs.
If humanity is to have any hope for the future, then that is the way.
Law 6 of the Charter of Humanity. One must never prioritize their own gain over humanity's survival.
And when did he do that?
You've broken the most sacred of laws.
Indeed. You have refused to hand over Eren Yeager time and time again, and through this selfish action, you violated our charter.
But Eren is vital for the reclamation of Wall Maria.
That is not for the scouts to determine. How are we to know that you aren't working together now?
I am deeply disturbed to hear that you believe we would align ourselves with the Scout Regiment. There is nothing more senseless than humans killing each other. In this cramped little world that's been left to us, it would take but a single spark to engulf all. Just before the battle to retake Trost began, I said as much to the men I lead, and then sent hundreds to their deaths. If the Scout Regiment is that fatal spark, then it should be smothered at once. Think about it. What if the Titans did manage to break through the wall only to find next to no one inside it?
Right?
The poor monsters might have to go hungry.
Very well, then.
What you speak, you motherfucker?
Commander Erwin Smith, you have been found guilty of violating Clause 6 of the Charter of Humanity. Your sentence is death. Your execution will be carried out at once. Take him.
Erwin, is this what you wanted?
See if we can do something. Okay.
Walrose has fallen! The gates have been breached!
Well, shit.
It was just like Walmaria. The armored and colossal titans appeared out of thin air and...
Secure an evacuation route. Order all available garrison
Or is
troops
this a
to
lie?
make for the eastern front and defend the people. We must get those evacuees into Wall Sina. Hurry and go! Saving the people is our highest priority.
Sir! No, wait! I want every last gate to Wall Sina closed off. Not a single refugee will be allowed inside this wall.
Oh, I think he's trying to show the
Everyone in Wall
MPs.
Rose will die. You're commanding
the
us to stand
people
by
on
while
top
half of
really
humanity
care
gets
about.
devoured?
Like Erwin said, if we let them in, then we'll end up in a civil war. Our authority is and must always be absolute. Now follow your
Is that king
orders!
even alive? I haven't seen him blink, move, or talk.
We're lining here. We've already secured the power. Before too long, the vessel will take it. And then our problems
Who's the
will end.
vessel? Who's gonna
Very
take
well.
Erwin's power?
This is far from ideal, but there's no point
Right.
in losing our composure here. We still have one wall, and Lord Reiss should be back soon.
Go do your duty! Ignoring my orders is an act of treason!
Let's kill all these fuckers.
And I guess I'm a traitor.
Say what?
But sir,
I can't. I am a citizen of
I
Wall
knew I liked
Rose.
him for a reason.
I refuse to shut the gates on those people.
You dare to
I stand with him.
Who's this? Oh, this is
Premier
the
Zachary!
judge guy, right?
Did you find the way they reacted surprising? Or was it expected?
Surprising? Not a bit.
Premier Zachary, what's the meaning of this?
That report
like a
you
level
just heard
below
was
the
fabricated.
king?
There's no cause for alarm. As of this moment, there have been no reports of any Titan attack.
Though I agree with Erwin on several points, I was still willing to put my trust in your government. So long as you could prove yourselves to be the better choice for humanity. Because you have knowledge that we don't
Okay, sorry.
about both the Titans and the walls. Had you shown that you actually gave a damn about protecting the people you govern, I would have stood by and watched as you sent Erwin to the
guy's
gallows.
gone fucked up,
In
and he's
fact,
still sitting like
depending on the
this.
choice you made, all of us were prepared to forfeit our lives. However, you've made it clear that our suspicions were correct. It's true that we soldiers know next to nothing about the Titans and their powers. But I dare say that despite this fact, humanity is safer in our hands.
What?
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
be such a fool!
Capital is secured, sir.
Well done. To be a soldier
Yes.
can sometimes mean obeying your commander over your king.
And that's especially true when the king's a pretender. He'll be exposed and replaced.
This is real?
He hasn't
You
blinked.
plan to... Don't think for 1 second that this coup has a sliver of legitimacy.
Given the scenario you were presented with, your choice to close Sina's gates broke Clause 6 of the Charter of Humanity.
What is it, dinner time?
Oh, shut your mouth, you stupid oaf!
Was he sleeping? Oh my god.
You have it. The coup was successful. Premier Zachary now has full control of the capital and government. For the all written right there, the abuse of power, the bogus charges against the scouts, and that King Fritz was both a puppet and a fraud. It's clear that we only acted in self-defense. In short, we're no longer criminals.
Hell yeah. It's like their first victory in
That can't be.
since Boulder.
They beat us? Looks like Erwin's gamble paid off.
That it did. But it wasn't just Erwin who gambled. Many people had to make a lot of hard choices for this to work.
But Erwin was the mastermind. Without
Whereas
him,
my choices got 3 of your people killed.
impossible.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing, the interiors may have
something there.
lost, but not all of them know it. Too late now. Instead, I endangered us all.
Your duty is as painful a burden as ever, I see. Perhaps death would have been easier for you.
Probably.
So tell me, why didn't you do as you just described?
I'm not sure.
Why don't I tell you my own reason? I've hated those arrogant bastards for a long time! Those self-assured pigs. They'd feed from gilded troughs and pretend their shit was gold. Know what? I think I might grow to like them. Now that the day I've dreamed of has finally come to pass. Well, at any rate, if you hadn't done it today, I would have given it a shot myself before I kicked the bucket. I honestly couldn't care less about how this coup of ours ends up affecting the fate of humanity.
Might know where they are?
Oh yeah, guess I should explain how. Details a certain incident that occurred 5 years ago on the Reiss estate. But 5 years ago, on that night, disaster struck. With the fall of Walmaria having plunged the world into chaos, bandits raided and set fire to the only chapel around. Unfortunately for them, the entire Reiss family had gathered there to pray.
Damn.
And so, the entire family was massacred by bandits that night, save one. Only Reiss managed to escape with his life.
Reiss.
Really stood out to me, at least, was the fact that large parts of the chapel were destroyed. The chapel was built from stone. It would take a lot of time and effort to destroy it. If it was bandits, they'd have taken what they could and made a quick escape.
That is true.
Also, Lord Reiss was the only witness. No one confirmed his story. Then Lord Reiss rebuilt the chapel with his personal fortune almost immediately. What was his rush?
What is he hiding there? What the hell is going on?
What the hell?
Is that ice or the same kind of material? Hardening skin?
A Titan gains intelligence and the power to transform by eating a human being with that power. If that's actually true, how and when did Eren first become a Titan? And who did he have to eat to gain his powers?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Damn. And what's in the cellar? What could his father do? Why are you going along with this Historia? Guys, that was Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 5. Major props to Erwin. Was a little nervous for a moment, but in the end it looks like everything worked out. Got rid of all those douches that were in charge. Turns out that King Fritz was, not literally, but he was a puppet. I don't know what the hell. He was kind of seemed like he woke up, so I guess that was just like I don't know what was going on there. So yeah, they were literally having all the power, and that guy was just, you know, sitting there pretending. So I want to know how they got to that position to begin with. How did they manage to, you know, move aside Lord Reiss? And I also like the fact that Neil, he was always like in his head, you know, he had like a conflict in his head, what he should do, what he's supposed to do. And in the end, he was like, no, we're not gonna close the wall for all the refugees. So I like that he did that, because he didn't know it was just a farce. For a second I thought, damn it, Reiner and Bertha are at it again, but it makes more sense that they were just pretending, and they wanted the premiere to hear, and for pretty much everyone else to hear, how the government would react. So that pretty much, you know, swayed everyone against the current government, which is good. But yeah, like that, I think he was a reporter, said, how are we to trust you guys that the next king is actually the king? I don't know how they're gonna prove that, so. So yeah, I guess this is a victory. It's the biggest victory since the Boulder, and the people aren't against them, or against the scouts, and Erwin, he wasn't executed. I like the fact that the premier was like, if you haven't done it, I would have done it. I like that. So what's going on with, what was it, Reiss, Historia's father? I said he had 5 children, and they were all in this chapel, and it got burned down, and I guess only Historia survived. Or maybe Historia wasn't even from that marriage or whatever, she was from that. I guess that makes sense, right? Erwin, he's in this, I don't know if it's ice or it's that same material from the skin, the hardening skin. That would be pretty epic if all that's that hardening, unbreakable skin. Because I don't think we've seen, oh, we've seen snow, yeah. Like in a flashback. And what is Historia doing? What is she just going along because she feels like she has no choice? Is she going along because he somehow convinced her? And like Hanji said, he didn't seek out Historia because of a maternal instinct. What does he want from her? And the chapel was destroyed. It was made of stone, but it was like destroyed everywhere. So she's saying that it was a tie-in, and then he used his money right away to rebuild it. What is he hiding? Is he a tie-in? Is he hiding a tie-in down there? I don't think Historia's a tie-in. So yeah, a lot of questions, not a lot of answers. But that's Attack on Titan for you. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Still no tie-ins, which I can't complain too much because the story is still intriguing, and you know, there's still a lot of things going on. It's not like it's just stale. There's excitement left and right, even without tie-ins. So I kind of think we need tie-ins soon. Either way, I definitely want to find out what's going on with Erwin. Are they gonna get there on time? What? Well, honestly, well, yeah. They want Erwin's power, so one of them has to be a tie-in. So is he a tie-in? Is she a tie-in, or is someone else? There was that one lady that was brushing her hair. She kind of looked like Erwin's mom, but that could just be me overthinking it. Obviously she's dead, but I don't know if that was like a flashback or because he was closing his eyes. I don't know if he was dreaming or what was going on there. And like Hanji said, if her conclusion is right about if a Titan eats another Titan with special abilities, then that Titan will be able to use those abilities and be human again. So who did Erwin have to eat? Or was he some sort of experiment? Or maybe he did eat someone and his father was using that kind of injection to make him forget about it, because he was forgetting things in the past. And what's in the cellar? I don't think we're able to get to the cellar until maybe like season 10. So yeah guys, if you want to check out the next episode, you can right now on patreon.com. The link is in the description, but as always, here in the comments, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Till next time guys, take it easy.